friends to the right hand side. We're going to wash our hands, arms, feet, and legs as we'll be setting on clothes very soon. Sounds it. Sound awareness at the sound of me. Thank you. Not afraid to see Harambe's 20 letters me. Let's go. Okay, my friends, welcome. My name is Gabby. I'm going to be your safari truck driver on today's Harambe Wildlife Preserve. Just a little reminder, please keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck at all times. Please stay seated at all times. It is for your safety. Now we're going to be heading on into the Harambe Wildlife Preserve very, very soon. We're going to be seeing some of the most beautiful animals in the world. So we're going to make sure we have those electronic devices ready to go to take those pictures. So sometimes the animals do not want to stop for us, but sometimes we can't stop for these animals. Now since we're going to be taking some great pictures on our electronic devices ready personal items, we're going to make sure to hold everything nice and tight, since we're going to be in the deepest part of Africa, far, far away from home. And it's going to take us a lot longer than our 2-week adventure to get those items back to you. Now we're going to be starting our tour in the Little Ituri Forest. In the Little Ituri Forest, maybe just a little hard to see some of these animals since they blend in so well with the foliage and the trees and the bushes. On the right hand side, for example, there's going to be an okapi. Okapis look like they're related to zebras, as they do have those beautiful zebra pony pants on. But in reality, they're actually mostly related to the giraffe. Reasons why they're related to the giraffe is because they have the same kind of tongue called a prehensile tongue that actually helps them reach far away branches from bushes or trees. It does seem like he's currently snacking on some bamboo, so we're going to give him some privacy, we're going to give him some space. Let's see what other animals we can spot over here. Over here on the right hand side, well on the left right now, but on the right, this is going to be a saddle-bill stork, to be specific. Saddle-bill stork, fun fact, is the only bird in the world that has no vocal cords. So what they tend to do is clip their bill together. It almost sounds like a clicking of a pen. But even though they have no vocal cords, that doesn't make them any less of a bird, because they have their beautiful wingspan of 9 feet wide. Okay. I keep on moving along and see what we can see in between the bushes, maybe. Nothing over here. Okay. Nothing in this very moment. I do think that we're going to be able to see... Where? Oh, it's a black rhino. No, it's easily mistaken as a boulder. Black rhino leads with all those horns, they got a keratin, just square fingernails. And they're very unique because of the fact that they're actually the only rhino, if not one of the only rhino, that do not like to be in herds. They actually rather be all by themselves in their own personal little bubble.
Don't be a rhino.
On the left, all the way on top of the hill, those are bongos. Bongos are well known as the ghosts of the forest and the reigning champions of hide and seek, since they blend in so well with the foliage and the trees and the bushes. We see another side of those stork, but as well all the way in the back, those are greater kudus, A-grades. Greater kudus, they have about 6 or 10 stripes on their back that actually help them blend in with the sun rays and the sun glare. So technically they can be considered a little ray of sunshine. Now we're going to be entering the Safi River. And the Safi River, you guys are going to be able to see some of the animals that live in a body of water or live near a body of water. On the right, the first animal is going to be the pink-backed pelicans. Pink-backed pelicans, they get their beautiful pink color during mating season. And when the male and the female are attending at the nest, their eggs can actually incubate for up to 30 days. And a group of pelicans are actually called a pod, like peas in a pod. On the right, you're going to be able to see what's in the water, the Nile hippo, but on the left, you're also going to be able to see more Nile hippos. Nile hippos, they can average about 2 to 8 minutes into the water, and can reach to be about 5,500 pounds. They can consume about 85 pounds of food a day. And a group of hippos are actually called a bloat.
Hippo, right.
Okay. Gonna keep on moving along. Let's see. On the left hand side, we get to see a beautiful little area. But right behind it, you get to see the Nile crocodiles.
See that crocodile? Papi! Look at that crocodile!
I wanted to do that with you guys.
So now crocodiles, they can average about 40 years of age and can reach up to be about 16 to 18 feet long and about 500 pounds. And those female crocodiles actually have amazing motherly instincts. So when they feel like their eggs are having a little bit of issue to hatch, they actually place them in their mouth to give them an extra push to hatch. Now that we made it over the hill and over the bridge, we're going to be making a swift left turn onto the savannah. And the savannah, I want you guys to think about these types of animals because you're able to see in Africa. Something I have not mentioned, we do have that animal spotting guide over your head, so you guys are going to be able to be using throughout our tour to identify as many animals as possible. Okay, so here on the savannah, specifically on the savannah, you're going to be slow rolling past these animals due to the fact that we're not trying to spook them because there is a new addition to the savannah.
Where is the elephant?
So we're going to be slowly going around. Check and see if we find the new addition if they're not as skittish. They are relatively skittish because they're still a little baby. But we're still going to keep our eyes out. Oh, there you are. You can't see him right now because the truck is covering him, but he's right. Where'd you go?
Which truck?
There was a little one. Can't find him. We'll get to there in just a second, don't worry. Okay, first animal we are going to spot over here is on the left-hand side in their den. These are the African painted dogs. Each and every African painted dog, they are very unique. Not one of them are the same, they're very unique shapes and spots to each other. They're in the canine family, they're not in the hyena family, even though they're very easy to mistaken for hyenas, since they blend in so well. They're in their den, right there. They're curled up in a ball. That's why it looks so weird, because you can't see their full body structure. On the left, you're going to see two animals. The ones all the way in the back of the sable antelopes, the ones in front of us are the Ankoli cattle. Sable antelopes, they are the emblem for the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. And Ankoli cattle, you're going to see a beautiful Ankoli cattle right over here on the left a little further. Ankoli cattle are one of the two domesticated animals that live in the reserve. Their horns are not just for show, their horns are actually for several reasons for themselves. One of them is to circulate blood throughout the body to prevent them from overheating. Another reason is used as a back scratcher for themselves. Okay, let's see if you guys have already figured out what the new addition here of the savannah is.
How about
Oh, where is he? I don't know where he went.
how about a real bee? Where is the real? Giraffe! You see that giraffe? Bobby!
Look, you see it right there?
It's pushing me!
Oh, there you are.
Oh, the babies are right on the tree.
Where?
Behind
There's
the
no
Behind the
one!
tree, see it?
See
See
little
the big one
legs?
at the tree? It's behind the tree.
Little legs over
Show your
there.
head, baby.
Right there?
No.
Right there!
It's a baby giraffe.
Behind where?
Okay, so beside giraffes are very long, very tall. They can average about 16 to 20 feet up in the air in height. And when baby giraffes are born, they can actually average to be about 6 feet tall at birth.
Bobby! There was no. It's a zebra!
Baby, you're not looking the right way. See where the zebra is? It's behind the tree. Behind the zebra. See it? Where the other big one is?
Yeah!
We're getting a little bit closer as well to some Hartman mountain zebras.
Mommy,
As we get closer to that little one over there, right behind that tree.
there.
So see if he doesn't want to show his face
Where
just
that
yet. So,
other
oh, he's hiding
big giraffe
exactly behind the tree now. Oh,
I
there
see
you
that
are.
giraffe.
Oh, look, he's coming out.
Hey,
There
a
he is.
zebra is walking Look at the baby
Baby
Look at
Look,
it.
there's the baby giraffe.
He's a little guy.
Look, it's right there. He's
He's just
pushing
walking
me.
around. He's minding his business. Probably gonna
He's
spook the
pushing
zebras.
me.
Hey, look right here.
Now, a group of zebras as well are actually called a dazzle. Reasons why they're called a dazzle is because when they're all running together, they make a dazzling motion of stripes. Let's see, we're gonna keep on moving along. Let's see what else we can find over here. We're gonna be able to see another view of a beautiful massage giraffe. Now, the side giraffes are obviously very long, very tall. They can average about 16 to 23 16 to 20 feet up in the air in height. And when baby giraffes are born, they can average it to be about 6 feet tall at birth. So as we get more detail, you're able to see it. They do have some things between the heads. Those are called obstacles. And they're beautiful hair. They can reach a term to be 3 feet long, even double or triple the thickness of human hair. On the right, all the way on top of the hill, these are wildebeest. These grayish animals. Wildebeest, they tend to sleep in groups and in rows just to have that extra precaution measure. So if they do have a predator coming towards them, they have that emergency exit escape route already planned out.
They also killed Mufasa.
Let's see. This seems like we're going to be talking about the big elephant in the room. This is actually going to be the African elephant, to be specific. African elephants, they tend to use sand, mud, dirt, and or clay on their backs and on their skin as a natural sunscreen for their naturally sensitive skin. They also tend to use their trunks for everything and anything you can think of, like picking up food, picking up water, and maybe even breaking down some trees. What I mean by that is that these African elephants, what they do is try to clean a tree off as much as they can with their trunks. Once they can't reach those leaves anymore, they do get a little frustrated. Normally what they tend to do to ease their frustration is very simple. They tend to break the tree down altogether. Let's get a little bit of a better angle so we can kind of slow roll past this elephant over here. I don't know if we're going to be able to see him on this angle, but I think we are. There you are. So like I said, they tend to use their trunks for everything and anything you can think of, like picking up food, picking up water, maybe even breaking down some trees. What I mean by that is that these African elephants, what they do is try to clean a tree off as much as they can with their trunks. Once they can't reach those leaves anymore, they do get a little frustrated. Well, what they tend to do to ease their frustration is very simple. They actually tend to break the tree down altogether. Now we're going to be crossing over a bridge to get to the other side of the savannah, but as well to our halfway point of our 2-week adventure. Okay. Now that we have passed that bridge, we're actually going to be going right under another bridge around some red clay walls. You are going to be able to see that these red clay walls, they have been done some damage due to these elephant tusks. But surprise, surprise, the elephants are not the only ones that benefit from this red clay. Animals that actually benefit from this red clay as a source of a natural nutrients for themselves. Let's see, we're going to keep on moving along. Some other great characteristics that these elephants have are actually using their ears as their own personal internal cooling system. What I mean by that is that these African elephants, what they do is try to flap their ears. What that does is circulate blood from the tip of the ears to the tip of their toes. That actually prevents them from overheating on extremely hot days in the reserve. Let's see. See if we can find a good angle for those African elephants over here.
Oh, there she is. See her? That's Corra.
You also get to see a baby elephant.
Yeah, I see the
I don't know
elephant.
where she went.
That look like Louis Bannon.
Where did she go?
That look like
Did you guys see her? Where'd she go?
She's behind the other one.
Of course she is. Let's see. Oh my god, look, an eland. Both male and female elands have spiral horns, but the male eland can actually reach to be about 6 feet tall, shoulder height.
Right there.
There you are.
Look at that bird.
Oh, she's doing acrobatics, guys. Doing a joke for us.
Baby, it's so cute.
Okay, we're gonna keep on moving along, and now we get to see the greater flamingos. Greater flamingos, they get their beautiful pink color from the nature through the brine shrimp. Brine shrimp is actually holds that protein that gives them that beautiful pink color, which is called beta carotene.
Whoa. Look at that flamingo.
And greater flamingos are actually called flamboyants.
Yeah, and there was like posters and you went over some bridge.
Okay, so around here it does seem like it belongs to some white rhinos. We don't really know exactly where the white rhinos are because of the fact that they do not like to sit still for more than 5 seconds. So normally what they do is walk around or take a little bit of naps around the area simultaneously, either all together, trying to find a little hiding spot one at a time. It really depends. So they're not over here, so we're going to keep on moving along. Let's see if we can find them on the other side.
Hey, there's something over there. Whoa! Snoopy.
I just seen it.
Where is the cheetah?
It was over here to the left.
Now let's see if you guys had any find what is over here. We are cheetahs. Cheetahs are one of the fastest animals. They can reach at the speeds of 60 to 75 miles per hour. They do have that black line that goes from the cheetah to their eye. So the almost corner part of their mouth, which actually helps them with the sun
Daddy,
glare.
we see the cheetah.
I could be
It's walking.
walking.
Yeah, he's walking.
And a group of cheetahs are actually called a coalition.
There's another cheetah.
There's another cheetah.
Way back there.
Okay, now we have made it to Kopi Rocks. Kopi Rocks are a type of formation of rocks on how most of the animals either here in the reserve or in the wildlife either watch for prey or sunbathe.
They're on the rock. You see them? You see what they do?
We're going to be able to see the beautiful lions. Lions, they tend to sleep or be inactive for about 16 to 20 hours on these Kopi Rocks. And while the male actually stays at home with the baby cubs, the female is the one that mostly goes and hunts for the food. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a better angle of this
Do we see
lion over here.
No, no tiger.
Tiger.
And it does seem like we've also found the white rhinos. But we're going to ignore the white rhinos. We'll be able to see them again, don't worry. So a group of lions are actually called a pride. And these pride birds are actually heard from over 5 to 10 miles away.
He cannot eat you.
It seems like that male lion is going to be taking his little morning nap while those females are on watch. Okay.
The best sounds when we came in was roaring. Yeah. That was awesome. That was one of the first times I was in the night.
Okay. So naturally over here what we tend to see are some warthogs. These warthogs are very, very finicky and really tend to lay down. So it does get exceptionally hard to be able to spot anything over here. But if we don't see them out and walk around, what that means it is actually in its own burrowed hole. Oh, no, I see them. Never mind, take it all back. Oh, look, white rhinos. White rhinos are significantly bigger than the black rhinos. They can weigh about 4,000 to 5,000 pounds. Have those horns made out of keratin just their fingernails. They have amazing, amazing hearing, but they actually have very bad eyesight. What they tend to do is use their hearing instrument with locators to make up for the fact that they have very bad eyesight. On the left, you're going to be able to see the ostrich. Ostriches, they are the largest non-flight bird in the world. They have wings, but they don't know how to fly. Those wings are used to steer left and steer right when they're running. And on the left, keep on walking around. That's a warthog.
All blurry picture of them because she went by too fast. Did you see it?
Now we're going to keep on moving along. Now we've made it to our very own water spout, and it does seem like it has been taken over by some Nigerian dwarf goats. Nigerian dwarf goats are well known and used as dairy goats around the world for the significant amount of dairy that they produce on a daily basis, the small amount of body that they have. They do have a very challenging, playful personality, which is headbutting, jumping, climbing, screaming, being very vocal with each other, being very vocal with us, and lifting some off the wall when they're not supposed to. It actually happens very often. Okay, my friends, the tour of the reserve is coming to an end very, very soon. If you'd like to help some of the animals, not just the animals and also their homes, you can join a conservation. Some conservations I had in mind, like joining up a cleanup crew, planting some of these local plants back at home, or maybe even building a bird feeder with your little ones. I do have a Wilderness Explorer on my truck. My truck is symbol 1. Once again, Wilderness Explorer Scouts, your code word is symbol 1. You're going to be looking for that person with a green shirt and an orange bag. Other fun things you can do here at Disney's Animal Kingdom is definitely go and check out Maharaja Jungle Trek. Maharaja Jungle Trek is located in Asia. You are going to be able to see some of the animals that you did not see with us today. Like maybe some bats, maybe some Komodo dragons, or maybe even some tigers. Now, my friends, it was a pleasure driving you guys around the Harambe Wildlife Preserve. My name is Gabby from Miami, Florida. And if you guys have any questions or concerns, you guys can head up to the front of the truck. Since my window's always open, since I technically have no window whatsoever. We're going to be heading on out in just a couple seconds, or we might just be hanging around here for a little bit of time. Let that warden kind of just empty out that truck right in front of them. Now, my friends, here on the reserve, we do not like to say goodbye. We do not like to say farewell. We actually have a phrase that we like to say, which is Kwaharini. Well, Kwaharini means, my friends, to go well, go wild. Enjoy the rest of your day at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Don't forget to go out there, drink lots of water, place on lots of sunscreen, and as well go out there and make a difference. Once again, my friends, thank you so much for joining me here at Kilimanjaro Safaris. Now, my friends on the right hand side, everyone watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Those will be setting off very soon. Watch the best next day. Kwaharini, my friends, have a very wonderful day.
I'm ready.